Well, howdy, y'all. Good morning to you. This is Alan of RDA in Scale. We wanted to do this. It's going to be kind of a short, well, maybe a little longer. I don't know how long it's going to be. Hopefully, it's not too long, but we're going to do this video here. We ran a couple times, not very long, but ran a couple times. My UP 1982 SD70 Ace. I think you can see it there. And the ES44 AC, that's my Gevo. The 1982 Ace, I had a BNSF shell on this frame, and this was the decoder that was in this 1982, and like I say before, I put the 1982 shell on there. It was a TCS decoder that was installed at Kato, and this is also a TCS decoder that's in the ES44 that I put in. And so they're pretty well, I think, as for what they do, they're pretty basic, but light comes on, no sound or anything like that. But I was kind of wondering if they would run together. And so I wanted to ask. And so I'm going to put the camera up here, and I'm hoping the camera will focus about right there. It likes to focus, and then it likes to go out of focus, and that's what makes me angry. But maybe it'll stay focused. And let's see if we can because I want you guys to see what I can see, or my eyes can see. It doesn't look like that, and it's the weight of the cars, I think, is some of it, but the front engine is not really spinning when it takes out. I mean, it's going along. You can kind of see it right there. Of course, you can kind of hear the sound, because it's on speed step 1. And it doesn't look like the front wheels are spinning, the rear truck. It doesn't look like the rear truck of 1982 is spinning. It doesn't look like it that I can see. And it looks like the front trucks, this looks like they're kind of running pretty good together, I think. There is if you can see, if I don't drop the camera, the couplers look like they're pretty taut together. I mean, they don't look like they're, and like I say, this looks like this camera will focus. It doesn't look like that the engine's trying to outrun the ES44 AC. I'm gonna speed it up. I did notice that the 1982 goes ahead just a hair, a little bit, when you uncouple the couplers. I noticed that when you uncouple, and like it's not pulling the weight of the cars, that I was just going to show this here going by, and then I'll try to get up. I'm going to pause here. Well, maybe I can do this on the fly. Ugh. Excuse me. And maybe I can do this without the flash being on. It doesn't sound like the engine, the 1982, and it's going about, probably about 5 to 8 speed steps. It doesn't look like it's trying to overpull it that I can see. When I am backing up, 1982 does push into the coupler. Its coupler pushes into the 5804 just a little bit. And so it may be, slightly faster. But I think with the speeds, I don't think that's really hurting anything. Or at least I hope it's not. Kind of persnickety about, doing consisting. Because, I don't want anything to happen to my stuff. So I'm kind of being, really super careful with this. And hopefully you can see it. And like I say, the coupler that swung out. And so I'll show you here. This is going about speed step 10. And we'll stop it. Like I say, I want you guys to reply and let me know what you think. Some of you guys that probably do a lot more better at doing this getting speed matching and stuff like that. I didn't these engines haven't been ran through JMRI or anything like that, or haven't been, set up, on their engine tables or anything, on the engine tables or anything like that. And so I just kind of ran them as they are. But let's see if you can see. Again, 1982 don't look like she's spinning that I can see. Maybe I don't think the front wheels, the back wheels are definitely not spinning. And it don't look like it's lifting the truck up maybe a little bit. And 5804 isn't spinning. The back wheels don't look like it's spinning. It just looks like it's, turning normally. Now we'll stop the two. Like I say, you might hear a little bit of noise, because I'm assuming that, all engines make a little bit of noise, and you can see the two. And so you can see the coupler. She looks like she's but she's not pushing too hard. And of course there is a little play in the Microtrains couplers. And then when they take out again, the slack goes out. Now, this is what I want to show you with the two unhooked. Now I've got a consist set up, an advanced consist on my NCE Pro Cab. And this is the two about that far apart. I've got it set up. It's consist 127. And so here's the two at speed step 1. That's speed step 2. Speed step 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Looks like their 1982 is maybe walking off on her a little bit, but when the two run together, The two keep the minimum about the same. And 1982 might be closing in on her a little bit. There might be a little bit of play in 5804s. Both of them are doing about the same. Of course, like I say, it would probably help to the more power, and I'm running 5 amps with this SB5. But I think probably if I had more rail joiners down, power rail joiners down from Kato, it would probably help quite a bit. But we'll back her up, and then we will again. Might be a little bit of slack in the coupler. I'll put this here so you can see it. Let's see, that's reverse. And the wheels are, the front wheels are not spinning, the front trucks are not spinning, and they're not jacked up. The rear wheels are not spinning. On 5804, they're not spinning at all. So I'd say if I don't run real weird speeds with this, which I don't really want to anyway, I'd probably run it at maybe 20 speed steps. That would probably run pretty good. Now we'll go down here and we'll show going through the curve. And it looks like, I think 5804, of course, they're both pulling a pretty heavy load. I mean, 5804 is, pulling what it's got, and then 1982 is doing, it's, I guess you could say, helping out 5804, and, and the two are working together. So, but I hope this is okay, but I definitely want to ask not to say that it can't be done, I don't do it a whole bunch on a small layout, but, I thought, well, we'll give her a try. We're at speed step 11. And we're gonna kick her up to speed step 14. And when I hit the deal and she kind of jolts up just a little bit, both of them do it at the same time. So, and it don't sound like, and I don't see, if you watch the cars, it don't look like the cars are that I can see on the couplers on the cars, or don't look like they're moving abruptly. So I think everything is pretty well okay. And so we'll run her through the switch. Let's see, make sure the switch is to where I can run her. Yep, thinks I can. We'll see what she does going through the switch. Whoops, wait a minute. We got to turn on the rail power. I'll rail run her one more time. I'll go one more time. And we'll speed her up just a little bit. and she's keeping that distance. I mean, she's not. There isn't any slack in the coupler. So I mean, I've seen my engines when they've been pulling or whatever, and there's been slack in there, and there ain't really any slack. So if 1982 is pulling maybe a little faster, I mean, it doesn't seem, you know. And I was checking to see if my SB5 was a little warm, and that doesn't feel too warm. So I'm gonna hit the passing siding and see how it does going through the passing siding. It's going through the passing siding. And that's after it goes through the passing siding, and it looks like to me that the engines are pretty well keeping they're keeping the same, they're keeping the, on the couplers. They're not moving. The 5804, like I say, on some of my engines, I used to see the engine looked like they were going to go a little ahead and then they'd back off. Go ahead a little ahead and then back off. Of course, that was on DC. So DCC, this might be a little different. Hopefully it's a little better. Hopefully it's and the engines ain't doing, they don't seem like they're doing anything weird, so that I can see. And we'll get through the passing siding. And we're going about speed step 25, and we'll see how it goes through the passing siding, and that's about as fast as I'm going to attempt to go through it. But I'd say probably, even I think when engines are perfectly consistent, I think they still kind of have a tendency to, maybe tug on each other a little bit, and some of that can be track power and stuff like that too. And these two seem like they've got, pretty consistent track power, I think. I mean, they don't have a bunch of power rail joiners, but they seem like they've got the, they just don't act like they, are not, they can't do it or something. They seem like they're doing, and maybe you guys, listening to this, I'm gonna let the engines, make their sounds and that, and let you guys just listen to it and tell me what you think. And I appreciate all comments and that, because I really like to know, you guys that have done this before, what if this is kind of about right, or if I'm on par, I guess you can say. So we'll let the engines do the talking and for a few minutes, and then we'll probably end this video here pretty soon. This at 30 speed steps at 128, 30, this is speed step 30. Or notch 30, I meant to say. Notch 30. Notch 30 at 128 speed step. Notch 30. Okay, I'm going to back her down. And we'll see how the two engines, I'm going to separate them a little bit. And that's at notch 14 and notch 12. Notch 4, 3, 2, and stop. Okay, we'll pause this just for a second. Okay, we're back, and I didn't change the consist or anything like that. I just left it consisted. It's at 127. And I just wanted to run and see how the engines did after they ran together and make sure that the engines weren't jerking real bad or anything like that. Wait a minute. Whoops. Sorry. We hit the fast advance. I don't want to do that. Let's just go easy advance. Hit the hit the increase fast. I didn't want to do that. And where this is at speed step 1. Speed step 2. This is at speed step 3. This engine is doing this. Doesn't look like it's don't look like it's got any jerk to it or anything like that. Let's see how 5804 is. And 5804 was one of my smoothest engines. I mean, it was this Gevo, and I wished I could get a couple more Gevos like it. This Gevo was just absolutely, before I put the decoder in it, and it's just like a mellow girl. I mean, she just, look how she's doing. I mean, this is at speed step 3. I'm trying not to have too much shaky cam here so you guys can see it, but this engine is not hardly, I mean, it's just smooth. I mean, this is just smooth, and I think that's because of the way the TCS decoders are. Before ESU lock sound got real big, I think TSC had a heck of a line of decoders, and I think, and I hope they're still, you know, I know they had a few problems or whatever and that, but this decoder that's in 1982 and this decoder that's in 5804, it don't have a keep alive or anything like that in it, but this engine is still going smoother as heck. And I'm gonna stop, and I'm gonna speed step. I'm gonna speed step it at 3 speed steps in reverse, and see if both of them are. Let's see, where are we at? Nope, we're at speed step 0. Okay, let's go. That's speed step 1. And this is speed step 1 with the 5804. I want to move my consist back a little bit so I can go not all the way down the main, but that's at speed step 1. And this is a 5804. And I think I heard something about the back EMF or something was really good in the TCS decoder. And I know both these decoders, I think, have the back EMF. And like I say, try not to shake this camera hardly at all. And that engine in reverse is going just as smooth as what it did going forward. And the distance is keeping about the same, looks like to me. There might have been just a little bobble of a jerk, and that could be because of my track. My track was pretty well cleaned, and of course dust and everything, but I cleaned that off. But the 1982 might be creeping up on 5804, but still both of them just, smooth, maybe just a trickle of a bobble as it's backing up. And that's at speed step, let's see, that's at speed step 2, and here's speed step 3. And the distance is pretty well about the same. Now there was again a little bobble, because I think that has to do with my track. You can see that my track is a little uneven there. And since we're doing DCC, one of these days I'm going to just after the turnout here, possibly here, or right here where the engine's passing right now. I think here, and probably down here. Especially if I try to, hopefully I'd like to lengthen this, but I'm gonna put a power Kato power rail joiner. Now you can see that the distance. You can see the distance of the two is kind of decreased a little bit. 1982 is kind of creeped up on her a little bit, but still pretty smooth. Same thing with 1982. She might be just a slight bit faster than 5804, but I don't think she's too much that they can't run together. But I want you guys, like I said, I want you guys that watch my videos and you've done, you've set your engines up for consisting, or you've went through the deal of I said it just a few minutes ago, where you've paired the engines, where you've went in and set them up. I'm getting a little tired or whatever, and that's why I'm not saying what I want to say, but and like I say, these engines, I haven't run them on JMRI or anything like that, so but I think for not being for the engines not being oh gosh, it makes me mad when I'm trying to say something. For them not to be done, not to be I'm just gonna let it go. Like I say, I'm tired. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, so you guys know what I mean. Um, but both of them are running smooth. I don't think running them together, pairing them up together, I don't really think that hurt anything. Uh, I mean, I think if that did, I think the engines would be really having a problem, and they're not. And we'll pause this here just a minute. Okay, this is running at speed step. This is running at speed step 5. You see a little bit. You see a little bit more kind of jerky there, running over parts of my track, and like I say, that might need to be cleaned too. I mean, at speed step 3 and 4, it was doing okay, and then there's a little bit of there, but it's not bad. I mean, and they're both keeping that distance. Of course, it's 1982 slowly creeping up on there, but I think I'm going to go get some rest here. I'm going to pause this one more time. Speed matching is what I was trying to think of. Sorry. Yeah. That's what I was trying to think of. Speed matching. And like I say, at 5804, I think it's pretty well keeping up, and I think it would keep up if I just did a little bit more with my getting my wiring done and put a little bit more power. I think these engines, even though I haven't done any speed matching at all, and this is at speed step 5. I think these engines are pretty well keeping, they're keeping together. I mean, they're not separating, they're not hardly separating that at all. I mean, they're pretty well keeping the distance. This is at speed step 5, and I know, or I was looking on Tony's Trains Exchange deal that you're supposed to speed match at a top speed. Well, to me, just by looking right here, and I was watching Ron's Trains and Things. He was showing his, and I don't know if Ron's watching this, but if Ron, if you are watching this, and I kind of wished you would, tell me what you think. You think these old girls are speed matched, or I mean, even though I didn't do no speed matching, or I didn't do any stuff with JMRI or anything like that. Tell me what you think? But they look like to me, like I say, and I'm gonna go. The gap is not really that much different. It may be increased just a little bit as they're going through the curve. Now I'm going to do this as it's going through the curve. Like I say, it might be just a little. 1982 might be a little faster, but it's not much faster. Hopefully I can do this without knocking anything over. And this is going around the curve and going to be going on the straight here on the backside. It don't look like to me that gap. It don't look like that gap is changing that much. Maybe a little bit, but not much at all. And that's at speed step 5 with these two engines. I'd say without any you know, without any direct programming or anything like that, I'd say these engines are pretty damn well speed matched. I mean, and they have not been programmed at all. I don't have a computer to program them. Of course, I got to watch out because I'm getting close to my cars down there, so I'll have to stop. But that right there, I think that's kind of proven to say at speed step 5. The gap is a little bit, and then I'm gonna stop this so it's a little bit wider there, but that was the first time it got a little wider. And now I'm gonna back them up. And this is at speed step 5 in reverse. And 1982 might be closing the gap. And she might be pushing just a little bit. But when they were going forward, the gap pretty well stayed the same going on the front of my main pretty well through the curve, and then pretty much through the back main. Now it may be she's going a little faster and she's pushing into 5804 there, and I don't know, that probably could, I don't know, in reverse it could use maybe a little bit. Let's see what she does when they straighten out. She might be pushing it. And they look like they're going to connect or hook up there. Like I say, she might be pushing 5804. I'll see if I can see. And I'm going to put this on light and just make sure that when they go by that the wheels are not spinning on. They're not spinning. They're just turning. And they're hooked up. So, and I just went ahead and stopped it, but $1982 is not spinning her wheels, and 5804 is not spinning hers. So I think they can run together. I think they can run together without any issues. So, like I say, they may not be, you know, perfectly speed matched, but they're not too darn far off. But I want your guys' opinion. I want you guys to tell me that's, you know, done this. And I hope you're watching my videos, so please please, guys, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Like and hit the bell, please. Comment. Please don't hold back. Tell me what you think. And, let me know. Because, that's how we help each other in this, in this community. N-scalers. And okay, there 5804 says, okay, you're gonna go ahead a little bit, but all right, I want to hook up with you and I want to stay with you. So I think those two can run it with each other without too much problem when I decide to run, when I'm pulling this many cars. And like I say, I've got, let's see, that pipe load is not, it's a little heavy because them are actually little metal pipes. So that's pipe load. That's actually a little real pipe. So they got a little weight to them. And so, let's see, there's, let me turn this off. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 cars. And then that low belly car, I call it. And our depressed car, that depressed well car, or depressed car, flat car. And those auto racks, you get like I say, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 auto racks. You get 6 auto racks together, you're pulling something. And so, but guys, we'll let you go. We'll end this video, and we hope you like what you seen, guys, gals. Like I say, tell me what you think, and just helping each other, and pointers and tips and pointers, and again, this is there's my Pro Cab, and that's what's all making it happen right there. That's my right behind that cord there is the NCE Smart Booster SB5. I got my coil cord going up to, since I don't have my PCP panel hooked to anything, no track power or anything like that. It's a passive panel, just like a UTP panel. So I'm utilizing it. When I put my hand on this SB5, slightly warm, just slightly warm. No, she's not hot at all, just slightly warm. She's less warm than a hamburger when you, when you very lightly warm a hamburger up or whatever. Or let a hamburger set for about 5 or 10 minutes. She's just barely warm. Down here on the bottom, sometimes my Pro Cab gets a little warm, and I think that's just because of the, you got to do it. You got a little power going through it, but that Pro Cab, using it the way I am, tethered. Using that cord and not doing it wireless. I'm gonna probably get me a RB02 again sometime after the first year, but it seemed like I had a little problems with my RB02. So and I might need to talk to Ed Wilson again about that. But anyway, there's the business end of it. And I tell you what, that's another thing. If I can get me another SB5, I'm gonna put it on the outer route, get it hooked up, run more engines, got more power, and we're gonna kick this monkey loose or whatever and that, and have some fun. If we can. Have as much fun as we can. While we can. And but hope y'all having a great Thursday, I think it is. And y'all be careful out there. Be safe. Take care of each other. And that, and wear that mask and all that good stuff. And we're not too far from Christmas. You guys getting stuff or waiting for stuff for Christmas or whatever, and that's just around the corner. And so that SB5 was kind of my Christmas to me. Getting that. That was kind of this right here is my kind of my, right there, that was mine. And I got that. I've had her about a month now. I just got her hooked up not too long ago, and you've seen that in my other videos, and that if you watch my videos there. And so, I think it's worth every penny. I think it's definitely worth every penny. And if you can get one, then you can free up your power cab for, you can use your power cab to be a pro cab, but you can also free up your power cab to where you can have your, kind of like a dedicated programming track if you want to. So, but like I say, y'all be safe out there. We thank you for watching. And good morning from RDA N Scale. Alan, we're out.